So I wanted to bring in here to my little basement studio and show you how I put together Why'd You Wait So Long to Tell Me. So it started out with just this synth, very deep, and what we did was put on this plugin that just really thickens it up. So here's the sound without it, very thin, sort of boring, and then you add that plugin, and it makes it sound very thick, very wide. You get a nice sub sound. And I started out with this because I was at home. I didn't have my guitars with me, and that's usually what I start writing on. So I just laid down the synth, something I could sing over. And the next important element here is this little breath effect. And every time you hear this breath, something new is being introduced to the song. I want you to know that something new is about to come. So let's hear that. So go here. You just really have the synth bass, get that first breath, get that guitar. Wait another second, you get another breath. Then you get the vocals and the hi-hats. Now there's an interesting thing with this guitar that I really liked. I'm playing it sort of percussively instead of just doing something like that. I'm going and then I'm hitting it. And because I'm doing that with a little bit of delay on top, it creates a really cool tone that sort of goes well with that deep synthy sound. Again, so the vocals come in, and what you hear, I wanted the vocals, the lines to bleed into one another, so I would just record little snippets on each track. So we can hear that here. If you just listen to one vocal track, you only hear half of it. Go along. So then when I put on the other track, till you prove me wrong, and then I'm gonna give me some. I tried to pick you up and now you're home. Just those two tracks there, they let the sound bleed into each other. So we get going here, and then we get to our next section. And this is, the beginning's eerie, and then, I don't know, maybe you call this the chorus. It just drives a little more. Like I was really stoned. You're not the real one, not the ideal one. So I have two kick drums in here that really thicken up the sound. And I wanted each section of this to sound pretty distinct. So the way I did that was I actually recorded the vocals here, this part, at a different studio, Domestic Bliss in New Jersey, different mic, and it let me get this much grittier tone. And again, you hear that breath before the next section. So we've gone from eerie to this more aggressive sound, and then this part is just all about the vibes. You know, a big vibe guy. Just one or two interesting things going on here is we have this, let's find it, this synth sound. Now the way you get that is what you call like low frequency oscillation. Is I have an equalizer which allows me to raise and lower the volume for different parts of the sound, and I'm just having it sort of run back and forth non-stop. So you're only hearing different parts of that sound as it's played. It creates a really cool tone, like I said, pretty vibey. Throw some claps on top. Actually 3 different claps. Creates that nice sort of sound. Get a little trap rhythm, or faux trap rhythm, and then you get this nice little vibe. Now the one other thing we have here is a little vocal sample. So when I was at that studio I was just talking about, we took my voice from the beginning, the producer Max chopped it up, and so these are lyrics I'm saying at the beginning, but we just chopped it into one little thing. And again, it creates like just more of a vibe. We were singing. So we jokingly thought that part sounds like I'm saying Mumble Jackson. So this is the mumble Jackson instrument. I'll play it for you one more time. Jackson, mumble Jackson, whatever that means. So that's something I sing at the beginning, but just sort of a lot of effects on it. And then, you know, the last piece of this song it's really 2 verses, 2 choruses, but because, you know, I like to rock out a little, we had to throw in a guitar, an electric guitar solo, and that's what you get here. You still hear a little vibey part, but then this guitar really cuts through, and I think that really separates this song from a lot of other songs that I've done before. Just that all just solo, you hear this really thick tone. So what I'm doing here is I have some digital effects working over here, compressor, sample, delay. I have a digital amp simulator, but I'm also running the guitar through my actual pedal board, so I have both analog and digital effects working on this. And you get a pretty cool tone. Definitely rocks. One more chorus, but we just strip it all away, and all you get in here is an acoustic guitar, and those vocals, and the claps.